Please welcome Dean Mel Sta.
Welcome to the Dean Mel Show. I am your host, Dean Mel Sta. Samahan niyo po kami sa isang oras muli ng solb na kwentuhan sa ating mga special guest. Nakikita po tayo sa Signal Cable Channel 1, 1PH, at saka po sa Facebook and YouTube channel ng 1PH. Alright, let us assess ourselves. Nagkaroon na po tayo ng dalawang YouTube sensation na guest, Rapi Tulpo, at saka po si Inka Magnaya. Natatandaan niyo po yan, nag-enjoy tayo sa kwento nila, napakanta natin sila, at saka yung voice artist na si Inka, di ba po, pinasalita natin sila ng mga legalities na napakaganda. Politiko, Secretary Martin Andanar. Yesterday, yan po, yung Beatles. Sabi niya, paborito niya ang Beatles, so kinanta niya ang Beatles. And of course, who could ever forget? Vice President Leni Robredo surprised us, accommodated us, and she was game. Ano po, Dean Mel Challenge, natatandaan nyo ba yung chicharon? Di ba po, tawang-tawa siya doon? Ngayon, singers, the greatest trio Philippine music industry has ever produced, unmatched, Apo Hiking Society. We enjoyed discussing with them their lives and their profession and what they think sa mga kumakanta ngayon na mga bagong mga Pinoy artist. Nina, through the fire, remember that? She was so good. And of course, who could ever forget the Ramos Family Singers, another YouTube sensation. Make It With You. What a song. Trio sila, tatay at saka dalawa niyang anak. At syempre, last week, I am sure it was a blast. Regine Velasquez Alcacid at saka si Ogie Alcacid, and we were laughing all the time. Di ba po? That was a memorable, great show sa ating Christmas special. So nag-iisip kami, papasok na ang bagong taon. Sino ang pwede nating imbitahin? It was no contest. Alam niyo kung sino? Mag-ina. Pops Fernandez, the concert queen herself, at saka po ang anak niya, si Robin Nievera. Huwag po kayong aalis. Malapit na po natin silang interviewin, at sandali lang po, mga 30 seconds lang to ang gap. Babalik po kami. Welcome back everybody. Welcome to the Dean Mel Show. Huwag na po tayong magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Ating introduce na ang ating mga special guests for tonight. The concert queen herself, Pops Fernandez, and ang anak niya, si Robin Nievera. Welcome to the show, Pops and Robin.
So much for having us here, and of course, it's still Merry Christmas, and of course, very soon a Happy New Year.
And how have you been doing during this pandemic?
Okay naman po, thank God. Ako po nagstay lang po talaga sa bahay the whole time until of course recently when we started to work. But isa po ako dun sa medyo natakot lumabas. So talagang sa bahay lang po at madami po akong naisip na gawin habang nasa bahay ako. Si Kuya
okay.
naman po, si Robin, kararating lang po niya.
Balita ko, Pops, ano ka, plantita ka na rin. Plantita ka na rin. Tama ba yon?
Yes, plantita, tama. Plant mommy, plantita, kung ano-anong tawag. But yes po, dahil nga po, hindi ako masyadong lumabas, naaliw rin, isa po ako dun sa naaliw na magtanim. Madami po akong tinanim na mga halaman, lalong-lalo na po yung mga herbs. Tapos from herbs, nag-graduate na po ako kung ano-ano na pong mga different types of plants na medyo in-enjoy ko naman po. Meron na rin po kaming mga, I want to say fruit-bearing plants, but it's
good.
mostly vegetables.
Ganda,
So, meron po
pengi.
kami
Hingi ako.
Yes.
Robin,
Pwede
jet
na,
lag
pwede
pa?
na kami soon.
Okay. Robin, jet lag ka pa?
Mga 2 months na.
Magto 2 months na rin po siya.
Magto 2 months pala. Okay, wow.
Yes.
And based si Robin ngayon sa Los Angeles, right? Tama? Or San Francisco?
Opo.
Wow.
Los Angeles po.
Los Angeles, LA. Well, anyway, umpisa natin ang ating interview with a dynamite question for you, Pops. Namimiss mo pa ba? O ano ang namimiss mo sa mga concert na ginawa mo noon? Having been known as the concert queen. May namimiss ka pa ba doon?
Siyempre po, kasi kumbaga nasa system na yata yon, hindi naman siya, pag performer ka, namimiss-miss mo yung talaga pagkanta, pag-perform sa stage. Paminsan-minsan po, thank God nakakapag-perform pa rin. Bago po tayo mag-lockdown, nagkaroon po ako ng chance mag-perform ulit with Martin nung Valentine's po, tapos na-lockdown nga po tayo. So medyo sad na natigil po ang mga live performances. But yes, nakakamiss po siya. Ibang klase po kasi yung ano bang tawag doon? Ibang klase yung fulfillment kasi pag live performance, 'di ba? Sa TV naman or sa pelikula po.
Alam mo, madaming nagtatanong, Pops, no? Kamukha nung tinanong ko sa ibang mga guests namin, no? Yung feeling, no? Yung feeling ng may concert ka, yung papasok ka, yung lights up, and the band is there, and yung mga orchestra, lapit ka ng pamasok. Parati nilang sinasabi, alam mo, Dean, at that point, nerbyosong-nervyoso pa ako. Sabi ko, is that true? Ikaw,
Yes.
how do you feel when you're about to enter that concert stage? How do you feel?
I think you still need to be nervous.
Talaga?
It's always, even if it's sometimes the same song that you're performing na paulit-ulit po. Syempre, parating iba yung audience, iba-iba yung expectation, plus dahil hindi naman po tayo machine, iba-iba rin po yung condition natin. Minsan mas malamig, minsan meron tayong sipon. So it's always a different performance all the time, no? But I believe you still need to be nervous because that's what makes it exciting, your performance. Ang feeling ko pa pag wala ng nervyos, parang hindi na rin ganun ka-exciting yung performance mo kasi di ba parang sanay na sanay ka na. I like being nervous, a little bit nervous of course. It makes me perform better. It keeps me on my toes. In other words nga, mas nag-e-effort, mas na-excite. So, doon lumalabas rin yung adrenaline mo pag nagpa-perform ka.
And ngayon, basta't nakikita ka ng mga tao, mga fans mo, anong sinasabi sa'yo? Let's say, nakita ka sa mall, what do they usually tell you ngayon?
Pareho lang naman po dun sa mga nakaka-recognize. Syempre, polite naman po sila, bumabate. Minsan nagugulat po sila. Hindi nila inaakala na I'll be in a certain place. Shopping or eating or something. So, okay naman po. Nakakakilig pa rin po na may nakaka-recognize. Syempre, kung wala na po siguro, ang sad, di ba?
Oo nga.
Ang sad naman kung wala naman po.
Robin, you've been your own man now, no? Ibig sabihin ikaw rin nagka-concert nga, and you have 3 records, Overweight, Nightmare, and Dare, no? Do you feel in any way nasa shadow ka pa rin ng parents mo every time you perform? Do you feel that way, or at least in the beginning?
Parang it's not a shadow. I'm not. I didn't do exactly the same thing as my mom or dad did. So it's a different step. It's still music, it's still songs, but I didn't parang win a contest. I was never given a song to sing in a contest or anything like that. I was a host muna, and then I wanted to write my own music. So parang they're very different ways to do the music, the singing part, diba? And I try to do it a different way. So I don't know if I'm under your shadow, is that the correct term?
Yeah.
It's more of just a different approach into doing it.
And it's a talent talaga, no, Robin? No? You produce, you write your own song, and you sing your own song. Yes. Tapos nagde-video ka pa. I've seen your videos. And how do you do that? Ibig sabihin yung can you explain to us that thought process dyan? How do you start, and how do you compose, and how do you do all these things?
Sometimes it starts with just a word. So parang it'll be yung title of the song or title of the project I want to do. So with Dare, the 3rd album you mentioned, I tried to think of the song. At the same time, I also tried to think of the music video for it. Para they all connect, and it's all seen as one thing. So with some of the songs, we only did 3 videos. We only got to do 3 videos. But for those 3 videos, for Home, No More Light, and Let Me, I tried to work with the same team I worked for in the X's and Y's show and Louis O Live with the Robin Nievera show. I worked with them with music videos first before we started doing the TV shows. So I could learn from them, and I could learn how to be comfortable with them, and we could all learn how to work together. But when we did a big project like these shows, the X's and Y's with Pops and Martin and Louis O Live with Robin Nievera, it became like we were comfortable now with each other, and it started because of the music that I used to write.
And Pops, when you sing Smile, for example, the song of your son, how does it feel? Siguro doble ang pride mo dyan, ano?
Opo naman. Pinipigilan ko pong hindi maging stage mom. Pero, syempre, super proud ako sa 2 anak ko. They're very talented. And ever since bata sila, ako, tsaka I guess si Martin, ang pinakamalakas pumalakpak, malakas sumigaw, maski na nung children's program pa lang nila. Lalo na po ngayon dahil syempre malalaki na sila. Kumbaga hindi naman namin in-encourage, lalong-lalo na po si Kuya na maging performer or maging singer. But somehow, totoo pala yung kasabihan na it really runs in the blood.
Yeah.
As much as possible, I wanted Robin to get into something else, but somehow, ang ending pa rin po is he's also still very much into music. And into performing. So, proud po syempre ako. Lalong-lalo na po ngayon na we really get to work together dahil na po siya po yung nagde-direct nung show namin dito sa Colors, yung X's and Y's. So, iba naman po yung feeling. It's stressful, but at the same time, it's fun. Stressful in the sense na syempre, I want to make sure na everything works out, and I want to make sure na, of course, Robin does well. Pero nung nabunutan po ako ng tinik, lalong-lalo na po nung first day namin of work, sabi ko, kayang-kaya pala talaga ni Kuya. Not that I doubted it, but syempre, parang I thought I had to hold his hand along the way and kind of guide him, but no, he was really on his own, and he was just doing his thing. So, syempre po, sobra akong proud. Sobra kaming proud ni Martin.
Oh, Robin, no, you've gone through a life of ang daddy at mommy mo very famous. Alam mo ba na sikat sila nung bata ka? Do you know?
Honestly,
They're famous.
honestly, I had to go to, what grade was I? From grade 1 to 5, I didn't know how famous they were.
Hindi po kasi...
Every December, di ba?
Yeah.
December concert.
We had a concert,
I
yeah.
didn't think it was a big deal that they sold out Araneta or Ultra at the time. It didn't hit me. Kasi it was regular when you're a kid. And
Kala niya normal. Oo.
so when I went to grade 6, we went to a Filipino school, di ba, ma'am? And then
Yeah.
that was when I found out how famous they were. Because everybody there knew, they knew exactly who we were. I didn't have to introduce myself to anybody. So that's when I realized it was late because it was so normal when I was a kid.
Plus, hindi po namin masyadong in-expose si Robin at saka si Ram.
Okay.
In other words, hindi po namin sila dinadala masyado sa studio. Siguro pag special occasion lang. So talagang wala. Hindi
Talaga,
sila showbiz.
No showbiz at all. Pero curious lang ako,
Yeah.
Robin. Nung bata ka, when you were young, ano yung sinasabi mong you want to be?
I didn't have an answer when I was young. At the same time, I didn't know they were famous, that famous. I didn't know what I wanted to be until I turned 13. So only then I knew that I wanted to be I didn't want to be a singer like mom or dad. I wanted to be a musician or like a guitar player in a band. That was the first job I wanted. So it was more of still not being the front of the stage. It was more of playing the guitar lang.
Pero ano po, meron po akong trivia.
Ano yun?
Dati po kasi syempre nung mas baby pa si Robin, before niya na-discover ang guitar, sinabihan niya po kami na he wanted to play the drums. Pero baby pa po siya noon, siguro mga 3 years old, 5 years old. So syempre na-excite si Martin, no? As a father, sabi niya, "Oh, my son wants to play the drums, that'll be great." Bumili po siya kagad ng drum set.
Okay.
So, nilaro lang ni Robin yon, tapos pinagsawaan. So, the next year or several years after, sabi ni Robin, "Oh, I want to learn how to play the piano." So, ayan na naman po kami. I think
Piano
also,
was Ram.
si Ram ba yun? But anyway, sila po nag-instrument. Finally, nung sinabihan na po niya ako na, "Mom, I want to learn how to play the guitar," hindi na po ako naniwala. Sabi ko, dami-dami ng instrument, wala naman kayong nagugustuhan, sayang naman. So I didn't buy him a guitar, and instead, I borrowed an old guitar from one of his titas because nga sinabi ko sa kanya, "I will only buy you your own guitar if you prove to me and you show me na this is really what you want, right?
Yeah.
And you're really gonna be serious." So he learned from a very old guitar, at hindi pa rin po ako naniwala na gusto talaga niya mag-gitara. And then one day, I was invited again in one of his school programs, no? And then he played a full song. What was the song? Is it You? Tama, You. Carpenters, You Are the One. Na tinugtog niya yon. Siyempre, iyak ako ng iyak. Sabi ko, oh my God. Robin is serious. Finally, meron na siya natutunan na instrument. So, yun na po yun. That was the beginning of his passion with a guitar. And ever since then, that's it. The guitar and Robin were inseparable.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Robin, that was your comment dun sa overweight, no? Yung overweight mo, mukha ata akong sumobra sa gitara dun I think I read one of those things that you said,
It was
no?
hard. I didn't like it at first, but the first comment was, it was kasi in that school, for the music class, you have to pick either music theory, which is boring for a kid. I'm lazy. They were singing. I knew if I did singing, Mom and Dad would make me sing right away. There's the piano, which looked very complicated because it's so big. But the guitar was small, diba? All the guys did it. And parang I was getting into rock music at the time, so I said that one na lang. Parang it looks like the easiest, but it was not as easy as it sounded, and I was very, very bad for a very long time. But it's more of I really, really loved it. So I wanted to learn and become better without having anyone tell me otherwise. So criticism is always good, but parang you have to like it first. You have to love it.
And then you have your second record, yung Nightmare, and that was your first concert. No, that was your first concert.
That was the first concert that mom gave me. It still is the only concert. I mean, there was Next Attraction was the second one, but Nightmares was my first concert from mom.
Wow.
It was to promote that album, which I gave out for free. How long ago was that? 8 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Very
a long time
So
ago.
that album was for free. I gave that to whoever wanted it,
Yeah.
and then
Wow. Pops, ilang album nang ginawa mo? How many?
Hindi ko po maalala.
Hindi mo na mabilang.
Actually,
Hindi mo na
hindi naman po
mabilang.
sa hindi ko mabilang. Hindi ko lang po maalala. I think over 10 naman po.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, medyo kasi matagal-tagal na rin bago ako nakapagawa ng album. But, yeah, iba na kasi po ang industriya rin ngayon, di ba?
Oo.
Iba na ang trend, iba na rin
Yes.
ang ways of promoting
Yes.
your song.
Yeah. Ang tatanong ko sa iyo,
so-
Pops, no? Pops, and also
Oh my
to
God.
your Robin, ano? Kamukha ngayon, ikaw, Pops, you went through a lot of struggles, di ba? Your progression in singing talaga took months, took years before, wow, ang galing nito ni Pops. But today, makaganong ka lang sa YouTube, I mean, wow, who's this guy, who's this girl? And then you have 7 million views and 8 million
Yeah.
views. Ganon na ngayon, ano? What
Well,
can
it's
you say
also-
about that? What can you say about that?
It's also very hard to get 7 million views right away, diba? I mean,
Yes.
there must be something about these new discoveries on YouTube. There's something about them for them to be able to entice people to watch them, and yun na nga, makagather sila ng 7 million views. I think it's nice dahil nung kabataan po namin, ang lahat po dinidream nila na mapanood sila or maging sikat sila sa ibang bansa, no? Now, because of technology, it's easier for us to be recognized, and this is because of Facebook, internet nga, YouTube.
Right.
At least yun yung amazing fact about
Yes.
social media, 'di ba?
Oo.
Nako-crossover at global po talaga siya.
Totoo.
Hindi kagaya nung araw, maski na ang galing-galing mo, napakagaling mo na singer, ang hirap kang ma-recognize
Yes.
sa ibang bansa. So I think that is one good trait about it, no? At yun na nga po, ang dami-dami ngayon talents na nadidiscover, hindi po sila kailangan ma-discover sa TV. They can just create their own, let's say, show or their own video at nare-recognize na sila, which I think is pretty fair dahil madami naman po talaga mga talents all over the world, diba?
And Robin, you were part of that. That Wish bus is just spectacular, di ba? Lahat nanonood na, pati ako eh.
I was very blessed that they hired me for that long and that they kept me for that long. But that whole idea were the people of UNTV, the people, Mr. Daniel Rizon. That was his idea, and I'm not with them anymore. But they're still, even during the pandemic, I know they're still working. Even in the States, they're still doing shows every single night on the internet, and they're still promoting Filipino people. So they're doing very, very well.
And you as a performer and a composer, no, and when you see young people, young Filipino ngayon, not even in YouTube, but actually competing in a foreign competition like World's Best. How do you feel about that?
Ako po, syempre sobra po akong thrilled and excited and honored to be chosen to represent the Philippines as one of the judges. It was a super memorable experience. I got to meet a lot of wonderful, very talented people from all over the world. Lahat po sila, iba-iba po yung kanilang talent at specialty. At naging close po talaga kami. I think that's one of the best things that ever happened. And until this day po, masasabi ko na we still keep in touch.
Wow. Yes.
We are still updated kung ano yung ginagawa namin. Kasi sila rin po, sikat na sikat po sila sa bansa nila. So nakakaaliw po na mixture po kami ng mga top choreographers, top dancers, even top magicians, top hosts, top comedians. Nagsama-sama po kami dyan. So, nakakakilig po at nakaka-happy. At lalong-lalo na nga po dahil mas na-proud ako nang nalaman ko ang nag-represent po sa atin ay ang TNT na napakagaling naman po ng mga bata. So, hindi naman po tayo talaga napahiya. So, it was really a super wonderful experience for me.
And nakita ka nga namin, Pops, talagang tumayo ka. I think nandun pa yung bandera and then tinanong ka pa, what do you think, Pops? Di ba?
Alam mo, feeling ko talaga, till this day, dapat tayong nanalo doon.
Oo nga, bakit ganon?
Alam, nakaka-proud po talaga. Alam niyo po, hindi naman po masyado expressive, di ba? Pero pag nandun ka sa moment na yon, at yun na nga, can you imagine, nagre-represent ako ng Philippines, nagre-represent sila ng Philippines. So parang nakakita ka ng isa mong kamag-anak na nandun. Alam mo yon na nakaka-proud po talaga. Alam mo yon yung mapapahiyaw ka talaga sa tuwa at sa pride, you know.
Alam mo, Pops, no, nung ine-explain nila yung reasons nila, tapos sabi nila, no, I voted for this because it's the question of maturity. What maturity? It's a question of performance, di ba?
Yeah.
Diba? That was the reason kaya hindi na pila, sayang naman. And
Yeah.
okay, paki-explain nga sa amin nung nakikita mo yung TNT and then yung mga Korean dance troupe ba yun? Or yung ka-competition nila, napaganyan na lang?
Actually,
napatingin na lang dun sa TNT? How would you describe that
nakaka-proud
moment?
po talaga. I mean, parang ang yabang ng Pilipinas. And always when they hear, actually, it's pag nakakarinig po nga sila ng Filipino singer at nalaman nila na merong kasali na Filipino singer or dancer even at that, alam nila na, nako, malakas yan. Nako, mahirap yung kalaban. Yun kagad ang sinasabi nila at alam na kagad nila yon. So, talagang known po talaga ang Philippines for great singers and great performers. Pati sa sayaw naman po. So, and of course, obviously, even with beauty, diba, known na tayo ngayon. So,
yes.
nakaka-proud naman talaga, nakaka-proud. Dati po kasi, diba, parang pag sinabing Philippines, tatanungin nila, where's that? So, at least ngayon, alam na nila kung saan ang Pilipinas at alam na nila kung ano ang strengths ng mga Pilipino talaga when it comes to talent and beauty. Ayan.
Yes, ang galing talaga, no? Talagang sikat na mga Pilipino. Where do we go from here? Ito mga performance natin. Kasi nakikita na sila sa YouTube, no? Yung sa tingin mo ba, ready na sila sa international stage, performing actually before, hundreds and thousands of people, just like an international concert. Ready na ba sila?
Definitely. Ang dami na rin naman po, 'di ba, na nakaka-cross over na. Pero if it's just talent, ay definitely ready po tayo at actually yung mga namamangha nga po sila ng mga Filipino singers natin, sabi ko, madami pong ganyan sa Pilipinas. Ganyan po talaga gagaling ang mga Filipino kumanta. Meron pa nga mas magaling, di ba? Parang ganon. So, ganon po talaga. In other words, pag sinabi ng Philippines, singing, dancing, and even beauty now, talaga namang sasabihin nila, nako, magaling yan. Hindi pa nila naririnig, nako, for sure magaling yan.
Robin, may sasabihin ka?
I was going to say lang that in the 2 years that I stayed in the States, there's a growing popularity of a lot of Filipino singers, rappers, producers. So they just don't like I guess they don't like saying it on their social media, but I met some producers, parang backstage lang sila. They have written songs for Justin Bieber,
Wow.
for Usher, for
So they're just
Bruno
very
Mars.
quiet about it.
Bruno Mars is Filipino, but
Mm.
I did meet the people who wrote his hit songs, and they're a group of like 6 to 8 men, and 4 of them are Filipino who grew up in the States, but they're very, very wealthy, they're very, very successful, but they're very, very quiet.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of Filipino music out there in all over the world that's just not being said because they're very, very quiet and very, very humble
Galing.
people.
Galing talaga.
But it's there now.
Wow, wow, wow. Magagap muna tayo, Pops and Robin. Sandali lang.
Sure.
Sandali lang po. Okay, nagbabalik po tayo mga kapatid. Kasama natin si Pops at saka si Robin. Pops and Robin, meron kayong new show ngayon sa Signal, X's and Y's with Pops and Martin.
Pops and Martin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about it? Pinalabas na yan alam natin eh. So, can you tell us more about it?
Yes. Actually po parang upgraded version po siya ng show namin dati ni Martin. It's a talk show, and what's the difference between before and now? I think now mas nag-mature na po kami a little bit. And it's been quite a while since we did a show on screen together. So excited po kami. Of course, last night napanood nila uli yun sa Colors. So we'll be doing a whole season of that. And masaya po when we were doing the show. Napakasaya po dahil it doesn't feel like work. We've said this so many times. When Martin and I work together, it doesn't really feel like work. It just feels like we're just talking and just having fun the whole time.
And so, naka-line up dito yung mga guests nyo, like singers and actors, friends.
But iba po, yes. What we wanted to do po is not just focus on singers and not just actors, but we also wanted to help people also, yung mga, syempre yung mga nagsa-social media ngayon. We would also, dahil because of the pandemic, we want to help them also with their online businesses. Dahil madami na rin pong nag-switch, di ba? Because of our situation. So, we are more than glad to help promote whatever it is that they have, lalong-lalo na ngayon po, na wala nga po masyadong mga live performances. So that is one of our goals, to be able to help, kumbaga sa connect them and help promote whatever it is that they're doing, aside from their music still, of course, and their current work.
Oh, that's a
Same
great.
same goes with the Louis O Live with Robin.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Ganun din
No?
po.
And yeah, Louis O Live with Robin. No? That's your passion. You're with a great composer, Robin, di ba? And it's
Absolutely.
di ba? How do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel very honored. I feel very honored because I'm a huge fan of Louis Ocampos. I've seen him as he directed my dad, and when those times he would direct both my parents and mom. I've seen him, so I've been a very big fan of his, and I've always wanted to work on like at least a song with him, you know. So this opportunity came up, and I got to write music with him every single night for a whole season, diba? So you'll see that what we do kasi on that show is it's also kind of like a talk show, but we wanted to promote musicians, producers, band members, I said musicians now. So old producers, new producers, the musicians of my parents, the musicians of Sila KZ, songwriters for Sarah Geronimo, all of those people we wanted to feature because that's what Tito Louie and I know how to talk about. We talk about music all the time. So we wanted everyone at home to see how musicians talk to each other when it's backstage, when it's before a concert, when it's before a TV show. We're the most talkative, but on camera they're the most shy, but they never say a word. But they are there in all the tours. They are there in all the albums.
And how they create their songs.
Also, actually, or how they write, how they produce. Because times have changed. It's not anymore just lyrics and melody. Now it's about arrangement. Now it's about programs. It's about computers and all of that. So we go from all the way from the 80s, I want to say, maybe even older than the 80s, all the way to 2020, and we just want to ask honest questions that probably are not normally asked because no one really asks musicians how they are when it comes to promoting themselves.
Yes.
But some of them have also made YouTube channels. We want to promote how they're doing now because it's so hard for them also to work when there's no concerts or no shows. Everyone is using a -1, diba? So we wanted to promote that and let everyone know about their lives too.
Nood po kayo, maganda po yung mga shows. It's different and it's very entertaining. So sana you have a chance to watch for the two shows.
And 9 o'clock to every Saturday, di ba?
And Sunday for Louie and Robin.
Season-wise is every Saturday at 9 p.m. Tapos yung Louie O Live with Robin.
The night after, 9 p.m.
Every Sunday, 9 p.m.
Wow! At least hindi tayo magkakasalisi. So,
Hindi po, kaya pwede po kayo manood. Ayan.
and so this Excess and Wise, kakanta rin kayo doon, syempre naman. Kakanta rin kayo.
I think hindi po kami patatawarin ng aming mga followers kung hindi po kami kumanta every night. We do that. So hopefully they will enjoy also the duets that we have prepared for them.
And lalo na dito sa Louie O Live, no, yung may most requested song ba kayo dyan? Robin, kasi I'm sure people will just request. Pwede bang kantahin yan? Pwede bang kantahin to? Will you have a part?
With Louie O Live kasi because we both don't I don't have a hit and he doesn't have a hit that he sings. It's very different. We wanted to show you na lang even with the guests that we have. Because some of our guests are, can I spoil some of the guests? I guess at this point I think you guys have seen Sila JR and Chris Lawrence na.
Yeah.
We made them sing their songs, the ones that everyone asks them for, but we also asked them, how would you feel if you got to write at least half a song with Louie Ocampo? And they felt challenged, they felt excited. So on that one, I think that's tonight. You will see them write a song in 1 hour with Louie Ocampo, with myself. And that was the challenge we gave ourselves. So it'll be like that for Louie O Live with myself, with say my name. It'll be like that. Sometimes we'll have the songs that you know. Some of the guests that we have, the musicians, like I said, they don't really have songs yet. So they will showcase what they can do. hopefully people who are aspiring to be musicians or composers, you can get a little encouraged, pointers. Yeah, you get, there are some episodes we give you free lessons.
Oh,
If
that's
you're really into it, you'll learn. But it'll be very different. Every episode is going to be different because it all depends on who comes on our show.
Basta nood po kayo, I promise yan.
Manonood yan, of course. Teka, Pops, is there anything else that surprises you sa ating sa industry, in this music world? Sa mga Pinoy.
Oh, there's always a surprise. Yeah, there's always something new. That's what makes our work so interesting and inviting.
Yeah.
Kaya mahirap pong, parati ko sinasabi, sige magsi-semi-retire ako, which is probably what I'm doing now. But every so often you kind of miss it and then you still want to perform because there's always something new. There's always something exciting, especially in the music world. There's always a different sound that comes up. There's always a very interesting performer that gets discovered. Lalo na ngayon po, iba na rin ang music ngayon, di ba? If you notice, pati ang way of singing is different, pati ang sound at ang voice ngayon is different. So I think that's what keeps us going. And music, I believe, is really a window to our soul, diba? So it's our way of expressing ourselves. So we are in a very exciting world talaga.
Totoo yan,
Our
totoo
job
yan.
is always exciting.
And I'm sure dun sa Louie O Live, it will always be a surprise episode. Kasi yun nga, that's the nature of the show. Wow, nakagawa kayo ng
Yes.
kanta.
Actually, ang maganda po doon is they jam a lot. They talk a lot, but they really perform and create new songs, no?
Yes.
And tama si Kuya, I've seen some of their shows that they've done. They're very honest about the industry, their beginnings, and how it is now. So sa lahat po nga na nag-aspire or hindi, maski na yung mga talagang professional na po talaga, or tama po, fan ka.
Yes.
It's a very interesting show if you're a music lover.
Yeah, totoo. Yeah. We had an opportunity here in my show to guest an emerging, group of people na singers friend. They were the Ramos family and they were singing so good. And I said, kunin nyo yan, let's put them in the show. And that was our, I think, 5th or 6th show. Dahil talagang nanood and they were so surprised. Ang dahil pala mga Pilipinong kumakanta, no?
Ay, ang gagaling po.
And you get
Sobra.
surprised every now and then, ano? You get surprised. Sa international scene, you get surprised. Minsan nga yung, let's say, sino ba itong mga singer? Halimbawa si Casey Tandingan, di ba? When she went to China, who's this girl?
Yeah,
Everybody
she's
was
really
saying that,
amazing.
no? Yeah.
Napakagaling po niya, yeah. So, kanya-kanyang style, lalo na ngayon po. Parang nowadays, there's no rule anymore. You can just create your music.
Yes.
Alam niya, which I think is very good. Again,
Yes.
it's an expression. It's an expression of your emotion. It's one way of letting people know how you feel. It's like poetry, diba? Others write poems, others write a narrative, and musicians, they write songs for them to be able to share how they feel or what they think.
I want to ask you a question, Pops. Have you sung a song na ayaw mong kantahin? Did you ever have that experience na ayaw mong kantahin pero pinapakanta ka, so kinanta mo na
All the
lang.
time.
And you just
Madalas
belt
po,
it out and
syempre.
ginandaan mo?
Yeah, madalas dahil syempre sikat yung kanta or gusto nilang marinig na kantahin mo. But the beauty about it is, while I'm learning the song that I don't want to sing, I too fall in love with the song, and then I realize, ay, ang ganda pala nito.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yun pala lyrics niya. Ang ganda pala. Bakit ba ngayon ko lang siya na-discover? So, again, we really can't and we really shouldn't limit ourselves when it comes to songs, diba? Or kanya-kanya po tayong style, no? Others belt and others don't. So it's really just a matter of using your style and making a song your own. I always say that. Try to make a song your own, even if it is popularized by somebody else. Kanya-kanya po tayong delivery, diba, ng kanta. Kanya-kanya po tayong delivery ng speech, let's say. So I think that's also one way of performing somebody else's song. Make it your own.
Curious lang ako, Robin, no? Curious lang ako sa iyo, no? Yung side mo medyo rock, medyo, and then Louie is another side, parang crooner siya and things. And then that blend, how did you, what was the chemistry there? Ano yung chemistry, bakit it clicked?
The funny thing is, with music kasi, there's a lot of different genres that we listen to, but the fact that we all just love it the same way means that we can relate. And parang, we have shows now where we put different artists and different musicians together, just so we can show you we can all really get along together. We can all make music, even if your genre is rap and your other genre is OPM or acoustic lang. You can make all of it work. You just have to bond with the person that you're working with. So with Louie and I guess the thing that we have in common is we both have our own interests of music, but we both have worked with people that have different interests. So like my dad, my mom, Louie has worked with Sarah. You know what I mean? They're very different artists, and they all don't listen to what Louie Ocampo listens to. The same way with me, I've worked with you and Dad for an album, and we don't listen to the same thing. But we tried to make an album work together the same way Louie does. So when he and I work, parang he's worked with my parents, and now he gets to work with, what did he say? He said the third generation, which would be me. He's worked with 3 generations of Nievera. So he got to see how music has grown, aside from me as a person. But I also get to tell him how music has also grown from my perspective, diba?
Yeah. Alam mo, madami pa rin naghihintay sa iyo, Pops, no? Yung mga kanta mo, I'm sure everybody is just, craving for you again and how you sing. It's such a beautiful voice, and you look parang hindi nagbabago alam mo, Pops. You look the same.
Thank you po. bawal magbago, sabi nila. No, I think I'm just enjoying life, and alam niyo po yun. I think that helps a lot.
Anong favorite song mo nga pala? Anong favorite song mo?
Oh my God. I said this in our show. Tinanong ako ng hugot song. It's not a hugot song, but my all-time favorite, believe it or not, that I love to listen to is It Might Be You. I think it's very...
Oh, okay.
It's a feel-good yet very romantic. Yet, basta every time I hear it, kinikilig ako. I don't know why.
Pero yung Don't Say Goodbye mo, that's my favorite.
Thank you po. Thank you. That's a Louie Ocampo composition.
Oh, that's a Louie Ocampo.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And sana, so what do people expect pa sa X and Y and Louie Ocampo?
Nako, madami pa po. Actually, kung ano po yung hindi nyo ina-expect sa ibang show, expect niya rin.
Okay.
I think it's just a lot of talks with our different guests. You get to know a little bit more about them. Again, dahil may chance po sila ulit makipagkwentuhan sa amin. There is still singing, and I think hindi po natin matatanggal po talaga yung chemistry po talaga namin ni Martin in the show. I think it is called X's and Y's because now it's Pops and Martin.
Wow.
Baka akala po nila kasi mag-X lang po kami, no? It's all about our experiences, and then of course our guests' experiences, and then we will find out why they experience all of these.
Wow. Alam mo, Robin and Pops, meron kaming Dean Mel Challenge sa ending ng show So, I hope you will, may Dean Mel challenge kami para sa inyo. Icha-challenge ka namin. Ang gagawin namin, we will list down certain songs lang and give us just a clip or a taste of how you will sing it. Make it your version so that people can hear you again. Pwede?
Sige,
Okay.
Try ko po.
May
Wala
guitar
akong boses
first.
ngayon, but sorry, sige.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, let's look at the number one song na gustong pakantayin sa inyo. Here it is. Okay. Anong song?
Mambo bola,
Yun.
bola, des may pigilan na.
Okay.
Mambo bola,
We don't have music?
wala akong
I didn't-
music.
My guitar is not here.
Hindi ko na
Okay.
nakamali.
Wait.
Oh, so that's number one, Mambobola. Oh, number two.
Good. No, good luck, dude. That's
Hindi
good
na
to do that.
Morales. Ano to?
Hindi ko kaya.
Ano?
Hindi ko kaya yan.
Hindi ko kaya nalimutin kita. Basta mo luluha. Ito ba yan?
Wow.
Ang aking mga
You better hope so.
mata. Or else magagalit sa akin si Dina. Sana yun yan. Next.
I'm trying to Google it for you.
Ako nga,
Oh.
maghanap na rin ako ng lyrics.
Okay, next song.
Oh my gosh, see?
Till I met you, I never knew
Yep.
what love was. Till I met you, this feeling seems to grow. Every day,
You need a guitar.
I love you more each day. Oh, till I met you.
Okay, let's hear Robin's version.
Ayan na.
I
Robin.
need a guitar. It's gonna sound exactly the same. Except lower. How does it go? Till I met you,
Till I met you.
this feeling goes so low. Till I met you. I don't know the words. I don't know the chords because I had to do it with Izzy.
So,
Okay.
pinakapalahunan yan.
We go to the next song. Next song, please.
Good luck. That's all you. I can't even hit it.
Wait. Ayaw gabi,
Ayun.
nasa isip ka.
Ang galing.
Na 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 na. Parang hindi ko yung lyrics. Na 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 na. I love this song though.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na po alam ang lyrics, but super I love this song.
Oh, okay. Next song.
Baby. La, 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 la. Di ba yun yun? Wala pong lyrics eh. Sorry po.
Sige,
Hindi naman
next
po
song.
yun.
Next song na
Kailangan
lang.
ng teleprompter.
Next
Last song. Last song. Itong last song.
It's a Martin song.
I'm sure. My Jolly Banana.
Oh.
We just sang this. Wait na. How does it go for you?
You sang kasi Jaya. It's Jaya song is still in my
Wait
head.
na.
Mhm.
Teka nga po. Sandali po. Kailangan alam ko to kasi kakakanta ko lang neto. Sa bawat... Ay, hindi. Yun ba yun? Ibang kanta yata yun. Sandali.
Which one's kahit isang saglit?
Oh, do it
Ang
kayo, ha?
masabi
Do
na
it
rin.
kayo, Robin, ha? Tsaka Pops, ha?
Paano
Ay, hello.
puso kong ito
Mm-hmm.
isang ka
Sa buhay ko,
kung kaya sumikat ang araw at lumigaya ang aking
Where's the chorus?
mundo.
You gonna go see the verse ba? Chorus ka na.
Ayun na yun!
Pero may one last song akong hihilingin sa inyo. One last song. Kasi itong nasa likod ko, itong aking favorite band group Beatles Ano favorite Beatles song nyo?
Madam.
I Want You.
I Want You? Robin?
Do you know that one? That's
Excerpt
my favorite
naman?
Beatles song.
What's that?
It's loud. It's their most parang rock. I want you so bad, babe. I don't have a guitar. That's the only one I like. That's the whole song. I want you. I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Game na game kayo, ha?
Yep.
Thank
Sorry,
you
guys.
very much for being game.
Ay, opo.
Of course.
Gusto niyo maglaro pa po kami ng ibang game, pwede ba rin?
Jenga na lang.
But anyway,
Thank you for having us in your show.
oh, so okay. Huling paanyaya sa ating mga guest sa show ninyo. X's and Y's and
Sabi.
Louie O and
Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan every Saturday, 9 p.m. po. X's and Y's with Pops and Martin on Colors.
And then
of
Sunday
course,
night, 9 p.m., Louis O Live with Robin Nievera, also on Colors. And
9 p.m. po.
available also sa Signal Play.
Signal Play, yes. They
yeah,
can
Signal
download
Play.
Signal.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Pops and Robin. It was a pleasure, an honor,
Salamat
and a
po,
joy.
and thank you so
It
much.
was a joy that you be with
Thank
us
you,
tonight.
thank
Thank you
Salamat.
very much.
Salamat po. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ayan mga kaibigan, tapos po tayo kay La Pops at kay Robin. What a mag-inano po. Talagang musically inclined. And abangan nyo po ang kanilang programa, X's and Y's with Pops and Martin. At saka po, Louie O Live with Robin Nievera. Susunod na po ang Ask Ko Lang Kay Dean. Ask ko lang din, ang ating katanungan po sa gabing ito ay, pwede bang makasuhan ng isang ina kung ikublin niya ang kanyang anak na nakagawa ng krimen? Yung itatago, yung hindi niya isusumbong sa alagad ng batas, pwede bang makasuhan ng ina bilang isang accessory after the fact? Ang sagot, hindi po. Hindi ho po pwede. Sa krimen po, tatlo ang pwedeng gumanap. Ang principal, yung talagang gumawa, ang accomplice, yung tumulong sa gumawa, at yung accessory after the fact, yung tumulong magkubli nung krimen. Iyon po ang accessory after the fact. Pero kung yung accessory after the fact ay isang ina, ascendant or descendant at kinubli niya ang anak niya para wag mahuli, sabi po ng batas, excuse. Excuse po iyon. Ayan po, nasa Article 19 at Article 20 ng ating revised penal code. At alam nyo, meron pong rason po iyan eh. Kasi sinasabi po sa ating batas, there is no crime when there is no criminal mind. Ang magulang po na nalaman ang anak niya ay gumawa ng masama, ang unang reaction po talaga ay protektahan ang kanyang anak. At sa pagpoprotekta po, baka po talagang sasabihin niya, dito ka muna, huwag ka munang magpakita. Wala pong criminal mind doon. It's just the instinct of a mother or any parent for that matter. Kaya po iyon, binibigyan ng leeway ng ating batas. Yung natural reaction na yon ng isang magulang na nag-aalala at natatakot para sa kanyang anak kahit na nakagawa yung anak ng hindi maigi. Kaya hindi po siya makakasuhan yung magulang, lalong-lalo na ang ina, ng accessory after the fact. Alam niyo po kasi, ang accessory after the fact, napaparasuhan ng 2 degrees lower. Halimbawa po, ang principal, 30 days. 2 degrees po dyan, 10 days lang. Kasi 30, 20, 10. Napaparusahan rin po ang accessory after the fact. Pero kung magulang at hindi siya nagsumbong sa alagad ng batas na nakagawa ang kanyang anak ng mali, hindi ho siya makakasuhang accessory after the fact. Napaka-special po, di ba? Special talaga ang relationship ng nanay at ng kanyang anak na tinatanggap ng ating batas. Ayan po ang ating leksyon for tonight, mga kapatid. Sana po may natutunan kayo. At alam niyo po, every Sunday sa ganitong oras o ganitong punto ng aming palatuntunan, nagbibigay po kami ng kahit na kaunting advice para na nga po tayong lahat ay matuto. Mga kapatid, dito na po nagtatapos ang ating episode ng The Dean Mel Show. Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan na ang ating mga guest, meron pong silang palabas, X's and Y's with Pops and Martin, at saka po Louie O Live with Robin Nievera. Ang ganda po niyang show na yan. Mapapanood po natin ang mga magagaling na mga manganganta, composer, producer, at lahat na po sa music industry. At lalo na, siyempre, ang panauhin natin, si Pops Fernandez, the concert queen. Kaya mga kapatid, sa susunod pong linggo ulit, alas 8 ng gabi, every Sunday, nandito na naman po kami, makikipag-usap sa napaka-interesanting subject at napaka-interesanting mga tao. Good night, everybody. Ito po si Dean Mel sa Dean Mel Show. Nagpapaalam for tonight. See you soon. Bye.